Hey mate, how are you? I took your job. I took your job. Yeah, I'm going to stand at the side. Are you doing the mics on the side? Alright, but are you doing the mics?
If I'm not here, so I might be doing an interview.
Look at you in no tie. Look how casual you are. Smart, casual, super. Yeah, but you could a pair of jeans would look really good with that, yeah.
Gotta go full suit, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big night.
I'm gonna leave both mics here. If it starts, I'm not here. Just make sure we're asking first question.
Yeah. But if you put one over on that side.
Yeah. I'll turn one as well, just so you
Yeah.
Yeah. Just shout.
Yeah, I've got
Thank you, man.
You get the day off?
Friday. Going Wembley. Watching England. Yeah. Got tickets.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I've got taken Friday back. I work from home yesterday. I work from home today until the time. Back in tomorrow.
You've done off as well.
I'm not doing Sunday, so.
Sat 2 days off.
That's made it, mate. I just like Club World Cup coming up as well.
No, honestly, I saw this.
You need to think.
That's it, yeah. Don't be decorated. Nothing. Relax.
I'm gonna have to be quick, mate. What do you want? What do you want? Sit down, I'll stand up.
Tonight, Manchester City 2, Chelsea 0.
Good? Lovely.
27th of March next week. For those Blues trying to organise
See you, mate.
a successful trip. On behalf of the players and everyone involved with Manchester City, thank you for your amazing support of the team this evening. Thank you.
I think these are they meant to be on, yeah. I mean, it is night time, so it's going to be tricky.
Yeah. You got about to 5. I just stand in 8.
Sit in there. I mean, these will. I don't think that will change too much. You just put the house lights on. That's all. I think there's a row along the top, like HMI lights, and I don't know if they're meant to be on.
Yeah. See that setting over there? You don't have that on. Is that what you watch? You can't barely see, can you, when you look out?
Are you meant to have the bottom ones on?
No, I don't think they're
The
on.
top ones, they look really blue. I'd say that they're wrong.
What you've got is daylight and sunshine. That's why
the
it's so
daylight's
weird.
way more bright. Look at the top.
Yeah, so let's work out.
But I don't know if you can turn those off. I don't know how bright it'll be with those off, so I'm not sure. They come up pretty quickly.
No.
Well, well, well.
Oh, what buttons did you press to get the lights to go on? Just flip the white balance. Oh, what buttons did you press? Yeah, that's why all the lights are on and it's tungsten daylight background. That's it. That's it. It's getting them ones off underneath. We don't like because you've got tungsten and daylight. They're always on. And that was ones. We don't turn them ones off.
How does it look now?
Oh. See you. Yeah, mate. See you.
How's that? Those lights have been on since I came in, so I can do anything with those lights. Those controls did the entire auditorium in here. How's that? So those lights were on the whole time. That does not control those. Is that alright? Might need a sound check in a sec. Yes. This is better than my questions. That's the plan. That's the ground when you're done.
Build it on this side as well. This side is where it's on.
No one ever comes in here and turns them on. Yeah. Question?
Don't think so.
Maybe. Good luck.
Enjoy Amsterdam. Enjoy Amsterdam.
Oh, thank you. How do you know?
I walked past it.
Oh, when I was on the phone to my doctor. yeah, I've got a job interview tomorrow and then I'm going to Amsterdam next day. So,
Alright,
thank you. Cheers.
Oh, you're right, Katie.
Could you,
You actually think
They said didn't understand this.
you actually think either of these teams are going to be Barcelona? Always going to be Barcelona.
Well, I mean,
Cushing ball, mate. Cushing ball. Yeah, because it's run on fucking Halifax last season. Fucking hell. fryer in the summer.
You should put a cheeky bit in now.
I'm learning about this. Durham went big for the
Sonia. I think they'll get a rocket.
I've not seen Chelsea win. I've done one Chelsea game and they've lost.
You've literally cursed Sonia.
I have only seen one Chelsea game this season. This is my first Chelsea game under Sonia, and they've got beat.
Yeah, Tom, go and sit up there. You do the press then.
Yeah, based on what I've seen this season, Chelsea are shit.
Hi, Sonia. Nice to meet you.
I jest. I have some watch games on television, but in person, I am one defeat out of one for Chelsea.
The thing is, both Chelsea and Arsenal. Both Chelsea and Arsenal, you're back to turn it around, but that second goal might kill them. And 1-0, you'd be like,
Bring back away
at
goals.
home.
Bring back away goals.
Back of,
Whoa.
what, 2-0. Concern that. Go on.
Dangerous scoreline, KB, as to say.
Well, yeah.
We're doing next Thursday evening. Honestly, when me and my scored that second, I watched my pint go up in smoke. I really need Molly to get the foot comb from China as well, because I was going to go for a drink, like, well, say a drink, a cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee. It's my mate while I was down in London, but I don't know when we're going out for like food. So, but she's in China, so I don't think it's really top of mind for her right now. Top of mind.
I would like to see the person.
But like pre-match, I was thinking this one's really bad.
It was that one of that slide.
There was that old bit. Like, I had some girls like, oh, this is good. Like, there's been a compilation of stuff. Just really sums up, even like the most gentle falls. There's one here, I think the two of them. This next one, they both fall. And they both fall pretty good.
Susie's been fucking drinking again.
I like that. That's one, yeah.
I quite enjoy when the City fans finally climbs up to this commentary every week. Like, kind of hard. Like, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, I think people will say it, but I think don't reply, don't reply.
Who are you replying to?
No, I've not watched it.
Last time Chelsea lost, Rishi Sunak was still Prime Minister.
Oh yeah, do you know what
I mean, she is, like, considering she's meant to be Britain's best, I'm just saying.
You know what, I think she's a lot better when she plays against really good players, because she kind of steps up, but she still loses every like, when I watch it, I thought, God, I didn't realise she was this good, like, she comes to October, and she
so inconsistent. Like any professional tennis player can pull a worldie out of nowhere.
I think her mid-level is quite good.
Are you laughing at her? We're just chatting about tennis.
But her high level is so low for a player of her ranking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been awkward.
High level of like the top 30 players, her high level
That's
is
actually a
nowhere
really
near
good
that.
way of saying it. I think that's where I'm at with her. I just don't think she's
With Katie Bolter? Well, you don't think she's good enough?
I just don't think her high level is that high.
Nah, she's not. Well, because how old is she now? 28?
She's very like blunt and
She's-
like I don't watch her and think, oh, she's got a great forehand, she's got a great serve, she's got
She has,
good movement.
she has much improved though in the last
She has
year.
much
Yeah.
But
But if she's much improved, then she could improve further.
She could improve further. But not in Miami because she's lost to Peyton Stearns. She doesn't move me, I'm not gonna lie. When I put Sky Sports tennis on, it's like, oh, you should match. I'm like,
Do you think that Emma Raducanu?
yeah. I don't watch it.
Do you think Emma Raducanu is going to win another Grand Slam?
She's ditched the coach.
Yeah, I know.
She's fucking coach.
Me and my mum once got into an hour-long fight about whether Emma Raducanu would win another.
I'm not willing to write her off yet.
So I said. That's what I said, because she's only, what, 22?
She's had a lot of injuries. She needs to find a coach. She needs to adjust to the tour.
She's 22.
Whatever
She's 6
happens,
years younger than Katie Bolter.
I'll never forget watching her win the US Open.
I didn't watch it actually.
Oh, you didn't watch.
Huh?
Did you say you didn't watch it?
Nah. I don't know why.
I think I watched one of her matches here. I think these were playing the Champions League qualifier or something, and I had it on before the fucking. She might be when she beat Sakura, we were watching it in the press box.
2021.
It was on Channel 4, I remember. They put it on Channel 4 for me. I mean, I watched it on Sky.
Yeah, I obviously would. Yeah, I didn't watch it. What was I doing in 2021?
We'll all get to watch Cam Norrie tomorrow. With this electric game.
Draper looks good.
You know what was really funny? When Jack
In
Draper,
any sport, not just tennis, in any sport.
when Jack Draper won Indian Wells the other day, it was so sad because it
Mine
was
said
like
Watson.
the first Brit to win it since Cam Norrie did it literally like 2 years ago. I cannot believe he won Indian Wells.
I can't believe it won the game.
I cannot believe he actually won Indian Wells.
I've gone to that.
That'll
I
be
couldn't
a
even tell you who beat.
that'll be a pointless answer. That.
Who did he beat? Fine.
Fuck knows, I didn't watch it with Cam Norrie. It bores me to tears. But
It must have been one of them, like, just awful ones where you have to play a lot of them.
he has had some really purple patches.
Yeah, it's like Boulder just pulls a fucking worldie out of that shit.
He beat Alcaraz, didn't he, in Rio? I remember watching that and thinking,
You imagine that?
no, because Alcaraz was really injured.
Fucking Jets can't ignore it, ever did.
He was just really injured.
Yeah. Cameron Norrie beating Nicholas. Bashville in that one. Says it was.
Well, good, that's a win for everybody because Bashville's a woman beater, so good on Cam Norrie.
He beat Schwartzman in the quarterfinals and Dimitrov in the semis.
Love
Wasn't
Dimitrov.
exactly the greatest run to a title.
I mean, if I won Indian Wells, it'd be my turn. Well, that will never win Indian Wells.
Andy Murray knocked Carlos Alcaraz out of that nickname. That also feels like a fever dream.
We're at 2021?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's COVID.
Beat Alcaraz and they got knocked out by Zverev.
Yeah, that's COVID times, this weird time.
What? You doing what? Oh.
The team was like in between it, and the game plan was like in between it. Do you know what I mean? It was neither in or out.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a weird team to start with. Like,
Yeah, because it was like
Aggie in behind.
it's not playing like Bosch, like you're not going to control the game. So just put like Cushing and Bompastor in there, or captain, and piss people off and like nip it at them. And then Cario felt like a weird player at start because she's like in that position. I think she's a bit of a luxury player. Like you've got to dominate the game. Do you know what? I thought she defended really well. Her defending this 2025. I don't know what's happened, but like it's just gone like that. Well, they didn't do it. Ramirez is fine, but it was like she got into these amazing positions, and then all you had to do was like back your pass. Oh my god, she was in a different stadium. She was at fucking Old Trafford when she put it in there. No, I didn't. There was so much going on, I didn't even go back and check that much. Oh. I'm saying to Sanders. I was saying to Sanders like, I hate VAR and nothing confirms my thing that I hate VAR more than covering the WUCL, where it never bothers me, and watching Premier League game, where even like that penalty on Saturday, VAR I wouldn't have got given. I don't give a shit if I won it. I'd rather the ref get shit wrong. It really annoys me. I don't mind the red flags when there's VAR, but like it's when we do red flags when there's VAR. That's ridiculous. That doesn't even make sense. It's when they do like when somebody's literally 5 yards outside. It's like you cannot possibly run. I get it with VAR. I get it because you can go back and go. When they do red flags when they don't have VAR, yeah, that doesn't even make sense.
Right click doesn't work. Right click keyboard's coming out.
2 minutes after the presses. And I'll have to piss in the car park.
Me and Amy were talking about our idea of being jobs earlier.
God, that feels like 10 years ago.
I know, oh my god, it does.
I'm going to look now actually.
Basically, we both want to go into the kind of the tourism sector.
My dream job is to work for the Yorkshire Tourism Board.
Yeah. So I thought Amy would be gone.
Tourism sector, the amount of holidays she has, like, love it.
Well, she gave me a run through of a couple of nice
Also,
Yorkshire
I
towns.
earn my holidays. I work hard.
No, she's literally on Welcome to Yorkshire.
I can't think what the Yorkshire Times is. It Visit Yorkshire or...
I thought you said Visit Yorkshire. You should know this if you're going in that sector, Amy. It's just called
Welcome to Yorkshire. I'll do it on incognito.
Incognito. Just in case you apply for a job and they go, ooh, she was looking at this right from going. She wasn't committed.
It was understandable. Why would you not do it?
Oh, jobless. Go on. Jobs in Yorkshire, live, work and stay. Yeah. That's all I really want to do.
Yeah.
I've realised I don't have any ambition. I just want to stay little in the sheep. Since I read that book, you know. Why the fuck would I be a zookeeper?
I've got my electricians coming back tomorrow. I've got electricians coming back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. because
marketing, that could be me.
No, Premier League still.
It's better salary than I'm on. Yeah.
Premier League says sales, but it's also got camera. One day, 20 hours. Well, I've gone to Sheffield Wednesday, it's just 14 hours. So
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, I literally.
I think you'll just end up getting called up.
This is a job application for 2021. Ah. Could I be a nature discovery centre manager? Zero hours contract working at York Maze. I get lost.
Specific job.
I don't know. It just says amazing people wanted this summer. That's literally all it says.
Yeah, exactly. Goes well. I know what my dream job is. You just basically reminded me. I just want to go and study orcas.
Do they eat you?
That's your dream job.
Do they eat you?
Yeah, but they're the most incredible animal.
One of my friends actually does that.
Yeah, it is nice.
I've actually got a mate who studies whales.
Do you not know about my obsession with whales? I'm literally obsessed with it.
Yeah, but we're actually in the country.
Yeah. What? Animals. Yeah. I find them fascinating. I watch documentaries all the time. David Attenborough's like my favourite person I know.
How many documentaries are there on orcas?
Oh, there's loads. Honestly, you need to get on Netflix. There's one at the moment called Antarctica, which is narrated by Tom Hanks. It's like Woody talking about orcas. It's amazing. What's that? Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. No, I find them so fascinating.
That's what happened in
Oh my god, they're on Wellington Street in Leeds City Centre. I'm going out tomorrow for work. Maybe I'll just pop down there and be like, oh, you got any jobs for me? And if they say no, I'm just going to
Everyone's like blown away by this. Yeah, just.
Possibly heard you talk about it and then just assume you're in the country.
Oh, they're so intelligent. There's a certain breed of orca that are in, I can't remember which ocean, but they're like one of the
circle back.
Like the families of orca that simply target, I think it's bottlenose dolphins. Yeah.
Transient
That
orcas?
was the first time I thought, don't do that.
Oh, there's so many different types of orcas.
Like, the families go for
So what, are they staying here? They'll stay here tonight?
it must be to do with the temperature of the water.
There's so many different types of orcas.
Sam will have been talking about himself. Sam was saying that.
Yeah, but I think that's amazing.
I've got fucking Chelsea.
I never get it though, like when they do like European away games and do
I
stay the
love
night.
them.
That's not
They're so fascinating.
surely that's not great for recovery. It's like 3 AM and you're on fire.
I'm literally like half.
Sandcastles. Got a couple of minutes of VIF, which I sent back in.
Got it, thank you. I'm going to use it for my follow-up. Thanks, JC.
I've got the bronze quotes that Emma's going to be
There's a guy from Orlando.
To be fair,
who's got
this works in my favour because my desk log off at 11.
But he basically runs essentially like a
So I can't really
local research centre in California. And it's like, but it's literally just sort of him. That's his name. And he has like these amazing relationships.
You what? Yeah.
Sold at auction for £420. Perfectly round chicken egg. The size of a golf ball.
No. Talking about an egg was someone bought an egg for 400.
Because it's perfectly round and it's the size of a golf ball. 420 quid. It went for sale at auction.
400. I mean, I would have deliberately broken it just to piss them off.
It was put up at
Like,
auction.
you know, if I was like the auctioneer and they bought it, I would like
for 100 to
throw it
200 pounds, and someone
What?
paid 420 pounds.
Imagine if they bought it and then just smashed it.
Doesn't it go like off?
Well, they have long dates on them though, X.
Just have a massive omelette.
Or a big fat fried egg. Like a big fat fried egg on a piece of toast.
I hate egg.
Oh, okay. You just started talking about omelets. You brought this shit up.
I can still be impressed by them.
So, even
Is that money too, sir?
you did this one, and I'm just going to jump in with the orcas. It's getting darker. We just
Yeah, we'll work it out.
Oh, dear. Oh, I've just seen this action.
Yeah, I don't know.
Every time it comes on,
When
Amy's
that came up or whatever. Hello. On. It doesn't sound like it works. Oh, it does. I can't sing sensation. He's been hearing all about my orchestra. and the giant egg. Yeah, they definitely should send someone. I'll speak to her. I don't particularly fancy it.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. What date is it? Is it next month? 15th?
I mean, I was actually.
Only thing is it only everyone's on fucking holiday? Did I tell you about Craig Hope's racing for the Newcastle team? Craig Hope's ratings. Ratings. For all the players. He gave them all 10. He gave them all 10. He did.
You're not allowed to have them.
Nah, he resent them like half an hour later saying I didn't feel comfortable with that. I was like, why did you fucking do it then? Yeah. But he's got like, I know, and he's got like Newcastle contacts. But does he have that? It would make more sense to give it to like, I reckon like something. Yeah.
Maybe not so much.
And so then you can team up with Keegan and Craig and North, and you should just do it like that. There's more stuff going on down there. I think Kieran would be better. Also, I don't like really like dealing with Craig. Because we say hello. It's rude. It's rude. Really? Oh, really?
Cushing and Bompastor.
We should do bingo cards.
Sonia Bompastor says, maybe only cost something from the night is we have a second April photo when there is hope we have to believe it would be possible. It would be possible.
It's a bit ironic that she brought into the Champions League in the first game.
Our ambitions are still there. That's the first time we've been beat her, so it's not a drama. Not really much.
I feel there's more chance of Arsenal coming back to Chelsea. Real Madrid are just not that.
What's the score last night? Yeah. If Arsenal think about it, it might make my life a lot easier. Like a lot easier. Actually, do you know when the nights get light and it's a little bit sunny, you can go to the pub on a Tuesday evening. Oh, Catherine, well, I won't be there, so it will be worth going. I'll send you my restaurant recommendations though. It's a fucking Should we just go? It's an unbelievable wine bar. It's like the cutest wine bar ever. It's like it's this like tiny little place, and they go, oh, what do you want to drink? And you say like red, wine, whatever. And they go, and they pour you like a little dribble of like the bottles they've got open. They open the bottles. They've got like a fucking million around the shop. They just open certain Lisbon. They open certain ones, and they pour you a little dribble. And you try it, and you say, oh yeah, I'm going to that, or you try the next one. Fucking number 40. So good, man. We went in June and the flights were pretty cheap. Because we were going to go on the April school holiday, because you know when I went to Montenegro, my mates said to me, go there. And we got the Montenegro holiday for £300 bed and breakfast flights. The week to bank holiday weekend is 24th, 25th, something like that. It's a Saturday. Could you play a Friday weekend? I had a really nice Italian meal. This person was just walking around with little pieces of cheese and she said, would you like a piece of cheese? I was like, yes. They come back around, she wanted to listen. Yeah. Honestly, they brought us free port when we were leaving. Honestly, I went for a wee and I came back and my mate looked at me like something
really bad had happened, and I was like, "Are you alright?" And then they brought us free porters. We were like, "I don't want this." And they were like, "It's free booze, fucking drink." She'll say, "Stop being so fucking prick and go in your own time." So I just
Still like 290 quid.
Patrick might pay for you.
Shelter on.
Although last time you
Good. Yeah, good.
What about Sunday?
Yeah.
You're not down for it, are you?
No, Potsy's doing it.
Potsy's doing it.
Yeah.
But I've said that.
Okay, who would like to start us off first? Anton, thank you.
Hi, Sonia.
Hi.
How does it feel to have your first defeat as Chelsea boss?
Yeah, that's tough. Difficult, obviously. Yeah, I think today you have to say that's a difficult night. Sometimes it happens in football, so now my job is to make sure that's okay for everyone to be disappointed about the performance and the result tonight. But from tomorrow, going to the next games against City, we just need to make sure we have a good analysis as a team from the performance, but also we put the right elements going into the next two games.
How simple is it to say that Viviana Miedemar was the difference between the two teams tonight?
Yeah, she had a great game. I think she made a big impact for them. She just scored the 2 goals, and in some nights in football, yeah, you know, when you play these big games, it's a fine margin between these two teams, and when you have a world-class player as Miedemar who is able to help her team with scoring 2 goals, yeah, can be the difference. So yeah, tonight it was for them. So hopefully on Sunday and next Thursday we'll be able to turn things around for us.
Thank you.
Emma next, please. Thanks, Alistair.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Sonia.
Hi.
Sorry, what is that noise? Is it the mic or?
No, I think it's separate. Just carry on. Okay, thank you, thank you.
What you like in a defeat? How do you take a defeat? I mean, we've never seen you experience it here in England, but when you go home tonight, what will be the thoughts that go in your head? How do you process it?
Yeah, a lot of frustration. I think for me now it's making sure we have the right analysis in the game. So it's for me, even if I have some elements in my head, it's for me really important to analyze the game, rewatch the game again, to make sure we have the right analysis with the players. But yeah, I always in that situation to take all the responsibility for the performance and the result. So I'm really hard on myself. But yeah, that's what people expect the manager to be able to turn things around. So yeah, that's tough. I'm an human, so yeah, as a manager I have emotions and it's difficult tonight. But my job is also to make sure from tomorrow we have a positive mindset going into the next 2 games. And from tonight there is nothing else we can control. So what you can control now is in the future. So that's my job, to make sure we just move forward and yeah, we stay positive and confident. We only lost 1 game in the season. That's a big one, important one, happens. But yeah, now we need to stay positive in that situation.
How tough will it be to come back from 2-0 down? I know, you know, Chelsea have done this before, but they're not used to being sort of, you know, having to come back from 2-0 down. It's quite a tricky task.
I will stay confident going into the next game, the second leg, because I know we have a lot of quality in the squad. yeah, going into the next games, I think the freshness will be important. So we have depth in the squad again. So yeah, I make sure we do everything we can do to be in the best position to attack the next 2 games. That's the only thing we can do to make sure, yeah, again, we have the right analysis from the game tonight. We just put everything in place for the players to be ready on Sunday and next Thursday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Catherine, next, please.
Hi, Sonia. What do you think went wrong tonight? Where was Man City better on the pitch than your players were?
Yeah, it's difficult to have a really detailed answer because we are going to play them again on Sunday and next Thursday. But I think we didn't start to play from the beginning of the game. I think also, yeah, we didn't play with the desire we needed to play in the first half. And I think when you play a quarter-final of the Champions League, you just need sometimes, you know, you talk a lot about tactics and all other elements, but the desire you need to bring into these games is sometimes the most important. The energy and making sure everyone is making all the efforts for each other. So I think maybe we were a little bit sloppy in that aspect tonight.
Why do you think that was? Was it complacency at all? Is it just because of the fact it's the same team again and you know?
No, you know, sometimes it's not always easy to find the right answers. I think from the game we had on Saturday, we were coming into this game with confidence, but not too high confidence, because I always make sure we have the right balance between being confident but also being humble, and we were expecting a tough game tonight. I think City just showed on the game on Saturday how good they were. I know they are a really good team with a lot of talent in the squad, as you could see again tonight. So yeah, I'm expecting the 2 next games to be tough again, but I still think we have the quality to beat this team.
Charlotte next, please, and then we'll come to Kit.
Hi, Sonia.
Hi.
What was the reason for Macario coming off at half-time?
I think from the defensive game plan we had, I was not really satisfied on how we were doing in the first half. She was not the only reason why, but I just felt like maybe we needed to have more energy in that position.
And Walsh and James, those substitutions?
Kera, it's a bit of managing because she was injured from the Brighton game. So yeah, she didn't have 90 minutes. And the second one you said?
Lauren James.
Lauren James. I was trying, you know, as a manager, when the game is not going the way you want and the result is not positive, you always try to do something different, to bring something else to the team. So this is why when you have depth in your squad, you are able to make some substitutions. And tonight I just felt like it was the right thing to do. It didn't work, but...
I was going to say, did you twist too early? It was still 0-0 at that stage.
I wouldn't say that. I think it's really important, you know, in this type of games, especially when it's tight, to also bring sometimes energy into the game. I think the players who came in are really good players with a lot of talents. Sometimes, you know, in football you want to always have answers, but I think in some games when you make some substitutions it goes right. Sometimes it doesn't go right. That's the way it is. So tonight, yeah, it didn't work, but hopefully it will work for the next games.
Merci.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you.
And Kit at the front, please. Thank you.
Hi, Sonia.
Hi.
Chelsea have never won a Champions League. You trying to change that was a big reason for you coming to Chelsea. How much pressure is there on next Thursday's game?
I don't look at the situation with pressure. Yeah, it will be difficult, and even now more difficult because City have 2 goals ahead of us, but nothing is impossible. And yeah, we just need to make sure going into every game, and the one next Thursday, we'll put all the elements. And sometimes, you know, even when you try so hard, it doesn't happen, but we'll make sure going into the next game, we'll put all the elements for things to turn around, and hopefully it will. And if it's not the case, we'll see. But yeah, going into the game, the only thing I want to be, it's confident, because it's still possible.
Thanks, Kit. Tom, next, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Sonia, is there a part of you that will be thinking that if you're going to lose one match, perhaps the best match of the season to lose is the first leg of a game, which essentially is halfway through overall. Is this the best way for the unbeaten run to end, where the match technically still isn't really over?
Can you repeat this one, please? Just.
I'd probably ask that in an elongated way.
Sorry,
I guess I'm just wondering if part of you will think that yes, okay, the unbeaten run is gone, but the match, the tie is still not really finished. If there was a place to lose the unbeaten run, was this the best possible place for it to happen when it's only halfway through?
Yeah, I would say it's not a decisive game tonight. So, as I said to my players at the end, we were all disappointed and frustrating about the result. But the only positive thing tonight is we have the second leg at home next week, and everything will be possible. So I think I have already been in that situation when sometimes with these 2 games, things doesn't go the way you want in the first leg, but you still have the second leg to approach the game in a different way and to be able to qualify. So this is now my main focus, to make sure going into the second leg game will bring everything possible to make it happen.
It's a very long time since most of these players lost a club match. I think Liverpool away late last season for most of them. I'm just wondering what you will want to see from those players in the next training session. Like, what characteristics will you like to see? What attributes do you want to see from them to respond?
I think when you look at Chelsea, it's been the case in the past, but it's also the case this season. The player always reacts in the right way, so I'm positive about that. Even this season, sometimes in the games when we were losing the game, we always had the reaction, the good reaction to come back. So this is also why I have some belief going into the next game and the one on the next Thursday. So yeah, I just think everything is possible, and I have quality enough in the squad to turn things around.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Tom. Yeah, at the back. Thanks, Tom.
Hi, Sonia.
Hi.
Your team was just one result away from breaking the longest unbeaten streak by a WSL team across all competitions. Unfortunately, the result didn't go your way tonight, but when you look back and reflect on that run, how do you reflect on it, and did you expect to start so well in England?
Do you want me to be honest in my answer? Yep. I don't care. We just lost a game. That's the most important thing, and now my main focus is going into the next game, just making sure we turn things around and we win. Being unbeaten, obviously it's a nice thing, but doesn't bring any trophy. So, yeah, we don't care about that. I already said that before. Everyone, when they play against Chelsea, have so much hunger, and that's normal. I think we are a top team. But the more important for me is to make sure we win the right games and the important ones, and we win as much trophies as we can.
Thank you.
Any more for any more? No? Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Nice evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry about the sound. I'm quite sure what that was.
I don't know what it is, I'm so sorry.
No, it's
That's
okay.
fine.
No, it's okay.
Never
It sounded like a game being on or something. No, don't worry.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry. Can we do something? But it stopped now.
One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. See, it's not going to. It's just there. It might be there.
The mics.
I think it's the mic.
Yeah, but how is it the mics?
Oh, leave that. It's definitely not that. That's just sweet.
basically
connected to this.
when you don't speak. It does. Before we came in. Good? Yeah, no worries, mate. Good to see you. Sorry. Sound system. I think we'll just leave these there.
Aaron was eating mini egg. Someone left them in the room there. Sorry, they weren't one of yours, are they? I would do free because someone left them, so.
Thanks everyone. I'm here with Nick Cushing to take a look back at our 2-0 win against Chelsea just now in the UEFA Women's Champions League. We'll start with questions from people who can put their hands up, please. Emma.
Congratulations. Obviously, big result. It looked like you really enjoyed it at the end. So you celebrating with the fans. Just tell us what that meant to you.
Of course, winning is important, but I think just being back here in front of our fans, it's actually crazy to think. My last game was the Arsenal game in 2019. It's the first time I've been back in the stadium since then, because of COVID and because of the MLS schedule and the WSL schedule not sort of matching. So it was important for me tonight to the team put a performance in that I believe reflects us in this stadium, and I really wanted to win the game for the fans tonight.
How important, I suppose, and how much confidence does it give you, the fact that you've got this 2-0 lead going into the second leg, and the difference between 2-0 and 1-0 could be quite significant.
Yeah, but I've been in these games where the ties flip really quickly. I think we wanted to win tonight. We've won with a 2-goal lead. We can put that one away now and concentrate on the league game, because our league position isn't where we want it, and Sunday's game becomes crucial to us. And then we'll prepare for the Stamford Bridge game after that. And we know any game against Chelsea is going to be incredibly difficult. We were really disappointed after the League Cup game because I felt that we were in it and we felt the wrong side of a tight game. So tonight, you know, I think for me, the confidence and the belief comes from knowing that we can play whatever game is in front of us, right? We had to suffer tonight. We had to sit and defend our goal at times. And, you know, we're known for being a good possession team, but, you know, our threat on the counter-attack was there. So for me, it's about evolving this team into a winning team. The work that's been done here has been, you know, to get the team to where it is now is high level, because the team wouldn't be in Champions League quarterfinals or you know, League Cup finals, FA Cup semi-finals if the work wasn't good. For me, it's about how do you make sure that you're a threat against the top teams, because you don't win trophies unless you can beat the best. So for me, we have to be a threat in every phase of the game. We have to, you know, have that presence in the game even when Chelsea are pushing the game, because that's how you win, you know, these tight games, these critical games. So, you know, I was pleased tonight as the game went on. Caroline started to be a threat in the game. Obviously, Viv came off the bench. We knew that she would be a threat. For us, it's about making sure, especially when we're at home, that we have a real presence in the game and we're a threat throughout.
Amy?
Yeah, you know, the reality is I fight with my staff and will continue to fight with my staff when they tell me that you have to rotate and this. And it's, the reality is it's tough for a team with so much strain on it with injuries to just keep rolling, you know. And, you know, we were good in the League Cup final, but we didn't win. We were good tonight. It's going to be tough again to turn this team around. And, you know, we do have depth in the team, but not at this moment because of the injuries. And you look at Chelsea bringing up, you know, multiple internationals off the bench. We don't have that luxury because Bunny's out and Alba's out and Alex is out and Lauren's out. So, you know, we have to try and find small ways of getting wins. And Viv starting on the bench tonight and coming off the bench is a bit of a gamble because you want to stay in the game. It's a great opportunity for Lily, but I knew that Viv would be able to come for 45 and be a huge presence in the game, and you can see that with the result.
Sandra?
Yeah, I think my personality, you know, part of my remit for coming here is to give this team my personality and to just be the person that I am. This organisation knows me inside out, and I say that because, you know, I love the challenge and I see it more as an opportunity. I'm obviously disappointed that we lose Bunny Shaw and we don't have our key players, but I see it as an opportunity. You know, Caroline has been pushing since I've been here to show me that she wants to play in these big games, so it's an opportunity for her. You know, Jess Park was incredibly disappointed not to play in the final after playing really well against Aston Villa. So for me, you know, to be a team that competes for every trophy, everybody has to be ready. Whether you have young players, if you're going to put these players in the squad, you have to believe in them and you have to, you know, go into big games. You know, I remember putting Kira Walsh into a game in Notts County in 2014 when she came from Blackburn's under-17s. I believe in the players, and for me, it's about trusting them, putting them in the team, and telling them to go attack the opposition.
Tom?
Her finishing didn't surprise me because in my last tenure she scored against us every time we played against. You know, we play a County Cup final in 2017. She scored the winner. I was actually joking about her with that. You know, I don't know if she's a number 9, number 10. I understand why people have moved her deeper. She wants the ball and she wants to be involved in the game, and that's because naturally she understands the game really well and she's a huge impact player. For me, it's about getting her close to the goal. Tonight shows if you get her close to the goal, she can create and score for you. And however we set the team up, I don't want to take Viv's strengths away by having her deeper and working to get the ball back. You know, I think for me, having winning teams is about blend and balance, and I don't think you get the best of Viv by putting her close to our box. I think it's by getting her close to the opposition box. So, you I think she can go in the number 9, but that affects, it's who you blend around her. I think tonight you saw the best of Caroline when Viv come on, because Viv will come deeper and that opens up spaces and she can link and then Caroline can go running. So I think it's about the blend of how you put the right pieces around each other to make sure you get the best out of each individual.
And with Caroline, she seems to have great joy when running directly at the Chelsea defenders. Is that something that you asked her to do tonight, specifically?
Yeah, we're a possession team, right? So we play a lot of possession and long periods of possession, but I don't think you're going to get the best of Caroline by asking her to receive it and pass it. She's got to be faced up and running in behind and playing a real attacking style of the game. And I think as the game started to open, it starts to suit players like Caroline, and you got to embrace that and you got to use those strengths, because I think to beat Chelsea, you got to find a way to win. And really pleased about how we defended our goal tonight, but I think you saw that we had a threat throughout the game.
Catherine?
Yeah, incredibly impressed. I think these moments are, they can swing both ways, because you want to give young players an opportunity, but you also don't want to force them to play too much. But at the moment she's having to play, but at the same time, if we had other players, I still wouldn't take her out, right? Because she's proven that she can play in these huge games, that she can, you look at the way Chelsea set up twice that to allow her to dictate the game, to allow her to make the game. And that brings a lot of responsibility when you look at the way that we play. And I think she's embraced that. She's got a real strong mentality. She has learned, she's done a lot of work with the coaches between the League Cup final and tonight, and I thought you saw those improvements. And I think that the best part for me is she's going up against a world-class striker and having to physically compete, but also mentally having to go through that real, pressure moment of playing up against Ramirez. And, they've got world-class players. They're bringing world-class players off the bench, and she sustained her level tonight, so I was really pleased.
Charlotte?
I don't know about masterclass. Yeah, I think I said it before. I think that these 4 games are going to evolve. I think it's going to be intriguing to see how the personnel changes and how the tactics change. And I knew that they would come with almost with a strategy when we jumped with the winger and the fullback. I knew they would come with some kind with Kira in there. She can unlock the game, and she's smart and bright in finding solutions. So I wanted to keep changing it, and I will change it again going into the league game, just to pose Chelsea more problems. I think ultimately we have to create goal chances from our pressing moments, because in possession we're not going to create enough volume to beat these big teams. The volume of our offensive play has to come from set play, has to come from high pressing moments, has to come from counter pressing actions. And I think tonight, just changing the strategy and shifting it is posing more problems. And as the game went, I think you can see that we're creating offensive moments from that. My frustration is we have to be cleaner. We have to have better decisions in the final third, and we have to create bigger chances, because we have so many good moments in that phase of the game that we have to be ruthless. Yeah, I've got a good staff as a whole, but I've brought in another assistant coach, Dan Fradley, that was on my bench in New York. He left in 2023 and works for the organisation supporting all the teams around the world. So normally he's off pitch, and he's been doing that the last 12 months. But he's somebody who was on my bench in 23, and I worked with as the assistant coach in New York, so I'm very familiar with. He's on the bench, and I brought Steph in to support me as well, because she's somebody that is on that coaching journey but knows how to win, has won multiple times with me and with this team, and has a real winning mentality. And I think to bring Steph's leadership in, to be in every day with the team, working on the grass with the team, supporting somebody like Gracie Pryor, and helping Alex, our leader, to be a real voice in the dressing room, I've been really pleased with the staff and the way they've supported me.
Anton?
Actually watched the first half and strategised in her mind the impact of the spaces
I'm sure you can imagine what Viv said when I didn't name her in the team. I expected it. I expect that from every world-class player when you don't put them in the team. But I think it's not that bit that I think is almost like the defining factor between being a real top player. I think it's what happens when you go on. And far too many times I've seen a player that has been frustrated and has gone in and not been able to turn the frustration into a real world-class performance. And I think tonight you can see the level of Viv, right? Whether she's in or she's out, I said to her half-time. 10 minutes before I said to her, you will go in at half-time. And I knew that before the game. But you're going in to be the difference in a tight game. And to be able to do that, even though you wanted to play all the way through, I think shows her level. And I was confident tonight that if she got chances, she'd score. She's top-level finisher. I just think the team has to create those moments for her and support her in those moments. And I think tonight, you saw many. She's frustrated because she thinks she should have had a hat-trick.
Are you ready for what will be a peed-off Chelsea team coming back here to Manchester?
When you face a team that hasn't lost, that's won the first trophy of the season, it's going to be difficult. So now that we've beaten them, it's going to be even more difficult. We know this team has a huge desire to continue to win, really well coached by Sonia, an absolute plethora of world-class talent. But you know what? I believe that if you're a together group and you can work hard and you can play whatever game is in front of you, I believe in this group. So my main aim is turning the team around, picking the right team, finding the strategy of how we pose them problems, and just believing in the group.
Any more questions?
Nick, I know you would have probably kept an eye on things here, being part of the City Group still over in America, and just the affiliation you've had with this club, but you've had to come in basically on the fly, hit the ground running. You've not been given games you could ease into in terms of 4 games against Chelsea. How kind of aware were you of the team's evolution still over the years and of what you were kind of walking back into?
Yeah, I've watched the team. I've followed the games. I'm lucky in New York that all the WSL games and NWSL and Champions League games, I've followed up the women's game just like I've worked in the men's game. It's not ideal to come in mid-season. It's definitely not ideal to come in 4 days before a League Cup final. It's not ideal to come in for playing the team 4 times, the team that hasn't lost. But I think as coaches, you got to relish the challenge, right? The greater the challenge for me, the sort of more exciting it becomes. And we lost the League Cup final, and that was incredibly difficult. We've won tonight, and we roll to the next one. I think, I couldn't be more proud of the staff and how they've supported me. Nikki has been top. Diego, those guys have worked with the group, so they've supported me really, really well. And I brought Dan in that knows me inside out. So I think we've got a good blend. And then we've brought Steph in that, I nearly put her on today. Nearly went in the team. So. You're only as good as the players you've got and the staff that you've got, and I'm lucky I've got a top group.
I asked this to someone that feels like he's in a time machine tonight, having sat in many of your press conferences over the years, but I mean, first time in 5 years you've been back here. Like, was it quite a surreal experience to walk back in?
Yeah, it was. I think especially with it being a big game, I reflected on a lot of the Champions League games that I've had here, and they're exciting nights, right? But I think I hold the responsibility of being the head coach of Manchester City Women really close to my heart, and the performance is winning is the most important part, but the performance doesn't, the win doesn't come without the performance. So for me, it's about this group believing that they can go and win. I've said before, we had 4 trophies to win. We didn't win the first. The next is the Champions League, the FA Cup, and getting in those Champions League spots for us is as good as a trophy. So, we have to attack the challenge, and it's going to be tough, but every game in the WSL is tough, and we just have to embrace it.
Any more questions? Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
just talking about